You're watching Inside Durango News, your source for information about Southwest Colorado. Brought to you by Oxford Asset Management, inspiring confidence, growing dreams. Oxford Asset Management.
Welcome to our 10th edition of Inside Durango News. I'm Ashley Dixon. Thanks for watching. In this special holiday newscast, you'll learn about the gift of light that a Durango Service Club brought to the Navajo Nation earlier this year. And we'll visit with a couple of Durango area residents who really get into the Christmas spirit with their decorations. We also have a special treat at the end of the show with a concert by the Saint Columba Handbell Choir. But first, into the news. Durango boasts some of the most pristine wilderness areas in the state, and residents here know that it takes a lot of hard work to make sure that those areas remain that way. As a prime example of community collaboration, the Hermosa Creek Watershed Protection Act is now moving its way through the legislative process after years of grassroots activism in and around Durango. The Hermosa Creek Watershed Protection Act was born out of the Hermosa Creek Work Group, which formed in April 2008 when the San Juan National Forest recommended that a number of river drainages in the area were suitable for designation as protected waterways under the Wild and Scenic Rivers Act. The Wild and Scenic Rivers Act was signed into law in 1968. Designation as a wild and scenic river protects the waterway's natural conditions and provides for public use consistent with retaining those values. Some 10 miles north of Durango, the Hermosa Creek watershed encompasses roughly 150,000 acres of diverse forests in 17 separate ecosystems. The area is a mecca for hikers, mountain bikers, fishermen, horseback riders, and more. And when it came time to sit down and establish how the area could be protected, everyone was invited to the table. In an interview with Inside Durango News, Marcia Porter Norton described the 22-month meeting process as one of the most collaborative and rewarding group projects she has ever managed. Porter Norton worked as the facilitator and project coordinator for the work group, a collaborative effort started by the San Juan Citizens Alliance and the Southwest Water Conservation District. In an effort to get as many as different interest groups to the table, the two organizations created a major outreach program to ensure that anywhere from 35 to 55 residents attended each meeting. Porter Norton said that the group took a different approach to problem solving by asking residents what they valued about the area instead of what they were wanting to protect. With so many different interest groups represented, the whole process could have easily been derailed with arguments, but those involved focused on putting aside past and present differences to do what was best for the watershed. The group members committed to the belief that no idea was a bad idea, and after 22 months of meeting, they arrived at a consensus for what would later become the Hermosa Creek Watershed Protection Act. Porter Norton described the moment the group came to consensus as almost magical, and that there were even some tears shed after years of hard work and collaboration. Senator Michael Bennet introduced the Hermosa Creek Protection Act on April 25th of this past year, with Senator Mark Udall as a co-sponsor. Colorado's 3rd District Congressman Scott Tipton has joined the effort to move it through the House of Representatives and then on to the White House to be signed into law. While it's difficult to estimate when the act will make it through the various levels of the legislative process, the team of folks who started it all here in Durango can move forward into 2014 knowing that they are in the final steps of keeping the Hermosa Creek watershed area beautiful and undisturbed for generations to come. In another story about the protection of valued open space, the Durango City Council has acquired 85 acres of open space in the Raider Ridge Trail area. The city paid a little more than $500,000 to acquire 2 parcels belonging to Jake Dalla, and the purchase will protect public access to Raider Ridge Trail. The area was recommended for city purchase by the Durango's Natural Lands Preservation Advisory Board. The final price is a little over the appraised value, but the city officials deemed the acquisition necessary for the completion of the open space and trails master plan. Raider Ridge was identified as a priority purchase because of its prominence as a mountain backdrop for the community, said Kevin Hall, the Assistant Director of Community Development for the City of Durango. The city may also consider purchasing an additional 103 acres of open space adjacent to the $2 parcels in 2014. The City of Durango already owns 1,300 acres of the Horse Gulch area. Raider Ridge sits behind the Sky Ridge housing complex, and it is a favorite for cyclists who relish those leg-burning inclines. The recent acquisition helps to further the goals of the city's master plan to permanently preserve views, recreation, lands, and wildlife habitats, said Hall. The Dalla property in the Horse Gulch area provides some of the most challenging mountain bike trails in the area. Those who make it to the summit are rewarded with stunning views of Durango to the northwest and the jagged Fruitland outcrop to the south. For trail news and details and maps of the Horse Gulch and the Raider Ridge trails, visit www.durango.org. The Colorado Department of Transportation will boost DUI enforcement and will raise awareness about the dangers of impaired driving awareness during the holidays to prevent festive celebrations from potentially dangerous consequences. On average, 150 people are killed every year from alcohol-related vehicle accidents, and more than 26,000 people are arrested annually in Colorado for driving with alcohol in their system. Colorado State Patrol and law enforcement agencies have combined with the Department of Transportation as part of the Heat is On Impaired Driving Prevention campaign. Throughout the year, the Heat is On will see 12 periods of increased enforcement. Each period will consist of bolstered patrol accompanied with public awareness campaigns to educate Colorado drivers on the laws and health risks associated with drunk driving. The campaign will also address drugged driving in Colorado. Law enforcement officials expect to see a significant increase with the legalization of marijuana. In the 5-year period between 2006 and 2010, 16% of drivers involved in fatal vehicle accidents tested positive for drugs. Drug recognition experts, or DREs, are spread across the state. These officers are trained to recognize the physical symptoms of drugged drivers. Department of Transportation officials believe that these officers are the community's most effective tool in minimizing drug-fueled vehicle accidents. The first enforcement holiday period, the Holiday Office Party Enforcement Period, ran from the 6th of December to the 16th. The second period, aptly named New Year's Eve, starts on Friday the 27th of December and ends on the 2nd of January 2014. For more information about the Heat is On campaign and to see if your local police department will be increasing patrols during the enforcement period, visit the Colorado Department of Traffic at coloradodot.info. Do you ever scramble for change to feed the parking meters? After January 1st, all you'll need is a credit card. During the Christmas holiday, the City of Durango offered free parking to downtown patrons while work crews replaced more than 1,000 old coin-fed meters with modern mechanical models that can take credit cards as well as coins. And in the near future, you won't have to rush through lunch to feed the meter. The city plans to offer a smartphone app that will allow you to add time to your meter from your phone. The new meters come at a price. After January 1st, on-street parking rates will jump from 60 cents to 75 cents an hour on Main Avenue and from 30 cents to 50 cents an hour off Main for 3-hour meters. The new rates are expected to generate more than $141,000 in new revenues. The funds are used to subsidize the city's transit system. How will the economy fare in 2014? Business and economic experts will weigh in on the topic at the 22nd Annual Southwest Colorado Business Forum, set for 3 to 7 p.m. on Wednesday, January 8th at the Community Concert Hall at Fort Lewis College. The event is hosted by FLC School of Business Administration to give local businesses and professionals an opportunity to learn about local, state, national, international economic trends that are expected to play out during 2014.
Well, it's very helpful for all of us as we make business decisions to know what the future holds, or at least get some idea what the future holds so we can make proper investment decisions. And what this event does is it gives us 3 well-known and well-respected economists that talk to us about 3 different aspects of the economy.
Speakers include Tim Quinlan, an economist and vice president for Wells Fargo Securities. Quinlan will cover the international and national economies. Richard Wobenkind, director of the Business Research Division at the University of Colorado Boulder, will focus on the state of the state economy. And Fort Lewis College's associate professor of economics, Tino Serrano, will discuss the local economy, which he says is starting to improve.
It's looking better, clearly. Obviously, all the things are moving in the right direction. So real estate prices are starting to rise. We're not seeing nearly the same price levels that we had before. Unemployment rates are down lower than the state by about 1%. Seasonally adjusted. Incomes are slowly rising, although basically on par with what they've been for the past few years relative to the rest of the state. We tend to lag the rest of the state in terms of our incomes, but they haven't ceased to grow. That's always good, so that is up.
Sonora was named the Fall 2013 Featured Scholar at Fort Lewis in recognition of his quality research on economics. For more information about the 2014 Southwest Business Forum, contact Lisa Taylor, lmtaylor@fortlewis.edu. Nearly 16,000 homes on the Navajo Nation do not have electricity. That represents nearly a quarter of the 69,000 households on the reservation. It also means that kids struggle to finish their homework by candlelight. Women who rely on weaving for their income either work by kerosene lantern or quit at sundown in winter. That means 8 fewer hours of production and loss of income. But light is coming to the reservation thanks to an ambitious project by the Durango Daybreak Rotary Club to install solar light systems in the isolated hogans of the Dene.
We're doing a lot of good projects here in Durango, and one of our members said, hey, there's people living in third world conditions just right next door and we're doing nothing. And so that got us to thinking, what could we do? And then we actually sent a team of people, we had 6 people, went to join the Adopt a Native Elder program, which is a nonprofit program that actually B.J. Boucher helped found, 20 years ago. And so we went there and participated in a food run that provides food and necessities for elders. And that's how we started learning about it. And then we saw, well, that's a great program and we could volunteer for that, but perhaps there's some other unmet needs that we could do. So then we started brainstorming that, and we were thinking about taking them firewood, because a lot of them they have to heat with firewood. And then Rick here came up with the idea, well, they don't have electricity either, so why don't we bring them some solar lights?
The solar light kits include a solar collector and 3 LED lights with lithium batteries. The lights may hang from the ceiling or they can be removed from their holders and used like flashlights. The kits cost $250 each. Daybreak Rotary Club members install the lights for free. Since the program's inception this past spring, the club has installed light systems in 45 homes, most of which are located hours from the nearest paved road on the Black Mesa, Monument Valley, and the Navajo Mountain Mesa in northeastern Arizona. The impact on families' lives has been dramatic, says the Rotarians.
Well, we discovered that a lot of the families on the reservation, of course, had children, and they go to school. And when they get home, particularly in the wintertime, by 4:30 it's dark. So if they don't get their studies done on the bus before they get home, then they have no light to study by. Occasionally some of them have kerosene lanterns, some of the houses do, but that's usually dedicated for cooking or something. So once these lights are installed, we usually have one over the kitchen table, one over a study area, and maybe one in a bedroom. And it just changed their life phenomenally.
The program received national attention when the Rotarian, the club's national publication, ran a story in August. The story generated donations as well as interest from other clubs near tribal reservations that suffer the same challenges. The Daybreak Rotarians plan another round of installations next spring.
The results was phenomenal. The people loved it. And so we said, hey, this ought to be an ongoing project. And so we began continuing it. And this year, we've already done 30 more lights. And then we have, you can only put in lights for the amount of money you have. And so now we're getting donations, and we are going to we've got money enough now to do another 10, and hopefully by the spring, we'll have enough to do maybe even 30 more homes. So it's been a kind of a growing project, and Rick here has been the leader to really make it happen.
With 45 Navajo homes now brightened by solar lights, the Rotarians only have 15,955 more to go. To make donations or to learn more about the project, visit the club's website at durangodaybreakrotary.org. Coming up, a new feature with Durango interior designer Nancy Downs, who will show us how to spruce up our Christmas decorations with natural pine boughs.
At Alpine Bank, we believe people make the difference. We're connecting and partnering with those in the community and creating and nurturing strong relationships. At Alpine Bank, we're sharing life every step of the way. Together, we're moving beyond banking. Alpine Bank. Experience the difference. Conveniently located in downtown Durango and Three Springs.
For natural and organic vitamins and supplements and health and beauty products, there's no better place than Nature's Oasis. We offer an experienced staff, nutrition and supplement education, and exclusive products. Nature's Oasis, home to the largest selections of vitamins and supplements in the Four Corners region.
Come check out what's new at the Ute Mountain Casino Hotel and Resort. We now have single and double deck blackjack games. Enjoy our King of the Cage boxing events year-round at our event center. If you're on the go, take a break at the new Ute Mountain Travel Center. With our valet service, you can arrive in style and get right into the action. Visit us for our Saturday prime rib buffet and our seafood buffet on Fridays. With the largest gaming floor in the area, Ute Mountain Casino Hotel and Resort has all the great games you love to play. Watch more at DurangoTV.com.
Welcome back to Inside Durango News. Next, we debut a new lifestyle feature from Drab to Fab, sponsored by Nancy, professional interior design services to meet all your dreams.
Hi, I'm Nancy Downs. Welcome to Interior Design Fun from Drab to Fab. I'm a professional interior designer here in Durango, and I love what I do. It's the holiday season, it's time to decorate our homes, and I've got some decorating things I'd like to share with you. You know, some years when I'm decorating, I like to do a lot of bling and color. Some years I like to do natural things that I've gathered from the yard. Usually it's a combination of both. Let me show you what I've got. We're going to do a combination of both today. A lot of the products I'm going to show you today came from Durango, either Tippecanoe at 925 Main or Pier 1 in the Durango Mall on South Camino del Rio. The first thing are these canisters with birch bark. These are great decorating items. They come in different varying sizes, varying heights. This one's got a cutout for a tree that makes it very nice to put a candle in. You can put Christmas balls or pine cones in the smaller one, and I like to mix and match. These came from Tippecanoe. These glass cylinders are just simple. You probably have something like this around the house. I put potpourri in them of this nice painted gold acorns with pine cones, and then I put just some pinyon pine in it. This bowl, $15 at Pier 1. That's a great, not only is it a great gift, but you can fill it with goodies like Hershey's, foil-wrapped Hershey's Kisses. Now, speaking of hostess gifts, I'm going to give you a little protocol lesson here. If someone invites you to a party or dinner, please remember it took them a lot of time and effort to do that, so you should take a hostess gift. If they ask you to bring a bottle of wine or a dish, that's not your hostess gift. So let me give you some ideas of what you can also take. This is this little wine stopper with a dichroic glass heart on it. Gorgeous, $9 at Pier 1. They also have Christmas ornament tops. This is a package of napkins. These are from Tippecanoe. They're $8. Why on earth should you use paper towels or paper napkins when you can buy for $8 these gorgeous napkins? These also really make nice guest bathroom guest towels. This is Michael Aram. I want to introduce you to him. Makes beautiful, handcrafted, just gorgeous items. Michael is represented by Tippecanoe. The prices on these range from $30 to $200. Makes a great hostess gift or a wedding gift. These beautiful cheese knives, the pair, $72. It's gorgeous craftsmanship. Another thing that this little plate here, $10. Fill it with cookies, wrap it with cellophane, put a ribbon around it, good to go. Another thing that I always do is I always recycle my Christmas cards, and I cut out sayings and shapes and use them for tags. Look what a great tag this makes for a wine bottle, just right on the back, to and from. This is Harvey. He's my design assistant. He was too cute not to bring and show you. He's from Tippecanoe, and he and his cousins can be found there at Tippecanoe. This is a wreath. You can put this on a wall or a door. Very elegant. You can also put it in the center of a table, put a candle around it. Voila, centerpiece. This is a centerpiece. I just took a big bowl and put pine boughs and pine cones and a candle in the middle. This is one thing, when you use a candle in the middle of a centerpiece, remember to either use an LED, like this one, that's the battery operated, or the hurricane glass so that you don't catch your centerpiece on fire. These are some very simple ornaments. They're from Tippecanoe. These start at $4, go up to $10. What I like about them is they are not mass-produced looking. They're more artisanal and they're very personal. Now, just for some very simple, some of my favorite things, curling ribbon. You can use it, and I do, on everything, everywhere. This is my absolute favorite, 3/4 inch red paper ribbon. I'm going to show you in a minute how to use that. You can use this as garland for a Christmas tree instead of the tinsel-y stuff. I just drape it around the tree. This garland is a little bead garland. It comes in the long strand or a sack, $8 to $10 at Tippecanoe. I use this on I have a stick Christmas tree that I've used these on, or you can just group them together in colors to dress up a candle. These are the most versatile things. I just love them. Finally, we've got our large ball garland, also from Tippecanoe. This is $28. Let me show you how I've used those. So I've put some of these items together to make a garland. I've used the ball garland that we just saw, the 3/4 inch red ribbon, some pine cones, took branches of ponderosa pine, pinyon pine, and cedar out of the yard, wired them together using wire like this. It's very simple. I wired them together first and wired them on the banister. One thing that you'll want to do if you use natural live pine branches is you're going to want to take some duct tape and tape the ends of that so that you don't get sap everywhere. Well, that's all the time we've got for now. Thank you for joining us. If you have any comments about the show, or if there's any subjects you'd like to hear about from an interior designer, just email me at nancy@nancydowns.com. That's all for today, and I wish you and your family the happiest of holidays.
Thanks, Nancy. Our new feature From Drab to Fab was brought to you by Nancy, professional interior design services to meet all your dreams. Next, we take you on a tour of Durango homes to find the best Christmas lights and decorations in the area. And let me warn you, these folks really like to decorate.
Whether you're a Clark Griswold who lights up his house like an airport runway, or a Mary Bailey who hangs tinsel on a real tree, there's no doubt about it. Durango residents like to decorate for Christmas. Inside Durango News took a drive around Durango one holiday night to check out the decorations. We found red lights and blue lights and white lights alone, haphazard lights, meticulous lights, and decor like gnomes. We found the tacky, the tasteful, and displays that made us laugh out loud. I'm sorry. Don't mean to channel Dr. Zeus, but it is fun to think that this wonderful array of lights all started as an advertising gimmick by one Thomas A. Edison. Yes, the famous inventor who was famous for his wacky publicity stunts, like the time he electrocuted an elephant with alternating current to show the power of electricity. But one of his most enduring legacies is Christmas lighting. During the Christmas of 1880, he strung up his new bulbs all around his Menlo Park laboratory compound for nearby train commuters to see. 2 years later, Edison's crony named Edward Johnson became the first to use electric lights to decorate a Christmas tree. Of course, decorating a Christmas tree has a long tradition that can be traced to ancient Rome, when Saturnalia celebrants decorated trees with small pieces of metal in honor of Saturnus and the winter solstice. In the Middle Ages, an evergreen tree was decorated with apples to symbolize the feast of Adam and Eve held on December 24th. And Christmas trees first were sold in the Alsace region of Europe in the 16th century to be set up in homes undecorated. By the 1850s, fashionable families in the eastern United States began the trend of decorating their trees, and now the Christmas tree has become the ultimate symbol of holiday decoration. For Carol and Niles Bruno, Christmas decorations aren't just for looks, they're memories.
The centerpiece was Niles' mother's that we've hung on to all these years.
It's the only table in the house, and so we thought when we were looking at getting a table for this house that we better have a table that the whole family could sit at.
Well, like I said, as the family's been growing, we're just trying to keep up with them, that's all.
Truly dedicated Christmas decorators will have a Christmas village in their homes, like Vicki Vandegrift, Rob Bowie, and their daughter Caitlin. The family has 4 separate villages set up in their home, carrying on a tradition that probably started with nativity scenes displayed in homes and churches. Many European cultures added townspeople to the scene until the miniature villages overshadowed the baby Jesus. Rob, Vicki, and Caitlin take a good 2 days to set up their villages, and their configurations change from year to year. Vicki is a planner with the City of Durango, Rob a planner with the La Plata County Planning Department. They joke that they finally get to plan the town of their dreams without all the public hearings.
This is a little little kids village, pretty much mine. It started in 2006 when my mother and father adopted me. It's like a carnival with Christmassy stuff. We have games, we have shops, snowball fight, boy getting cat down a tree, lots of things.
Whatever your decorating traditions may be, we here at Inside Durango News wish all our viewers a Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy New Year.
If you'd like to get into the Christmas spirit with your own holiday tour, check out the Durango Herald for a map of the best holiday lights in La Plata County, courtesy of Neighbors columnist Ann Butler. After the break, we have a special treat, a performance by the Saint Columba Handbell Ensemble.
Whether you make your plans over a barbed wire fence or over wireless internet, if you're coming from the stockyard or the stock exchange, Durango is right at home at the Diamond Bell, timeless and timely.
The Sporting News Grill at the new Holiday Inn and Suites of Durango is now open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, featuring a full-service restaurant and bar with 11 HD TVs. It's a great venue for family and sports fanatics alike. The Sporting News Grill. Stop in and let us show you our game face.
Welcome to the Irish Embassy Pub Durango. We import the majority of our products straight from the Emerald Isle, and let's get it right. You want your Guinness directly imported from Dublin. You want it stored at precisely the right temperature. And you want the pour to be a matter of taste and science. You want a pull with the patience and precision that it deserves. And if that wasn't authentic enough, you want to enjoy it in a pub where the shelves are stocked with 24 different kinds of Irish whiskey. Yes, you want the true Irish experience. Come visit us at the Irish Embassy Pub Durango.
Today, Dad's moving into Sunshine Gardens.
We're all really excited.
You sure are a hit around here. Woo!
And once he's settled in, I'm sure he'll come out of his shell.
I hear they even have a happy hour. How about that?
Well, I think he's going to like it here just fine.
You know, honey, I think you're right.
Introducing the Southwest Colorado Winter Guide, a great source for information about restaurants, activities, entertainment, and winter events. Pick one up and get the inside scoop on what's going on. From Cortez to Durango, from Pagosa Springs to Silverton, and every interesting attraction along the way. The Southwest Colorado Winter Guide is a free publication of the Durango Herald, available all over town.
Welcome back. I'm Ashley Dixon. Instead of a guest during this holiday edition of Inside Durango News, we bring you the Saint Columba Handbell Ensemble with director Martha Sanderner. Sanderner and her husband Steve started the ensemble 20 years ago after attending a World Youth Day with Pope John Paul II in Denver. The closing mass included a handbell performance, and Sanderner recalls it was a life-changing moment. When they returned to Durango, they started a handbell choir for elementary and middle school students. We are privileged to feature the ensemble today with a special mini concert just for Inside Durango News. A special thank you to the Saint Columba Handbell Ensemble. Next, your weekly updates.
Get your tickets now for Durango Rocks, the Chamber of Commerce Award event scheduled for January 23rd at the Community Concert Hall. Tickets are only $25 before January 1st, $30 after. Go to durangobusiness.org.
All aboard! Polar Express!
Well, you're coming?
It's a magic carpet on a rail.
Never takes a rest.
Flying through the mountains and the snow. With lots to see
And lots to eat.
Boys, just the best.
'Cause that's the way things happen on the Polar Express. May I present the North Pole?
Give your family a reason to believe. DurangoTrain.com.
Watch more at DurangoTV.com.
Welcome back. I'm Ashley Dixon, and here are your weekly updates. Enjoy an evening of holiday films at the Backspace Theater on the northeast corner of 11th and Main Avenue. On Friday, December 20th, It's a Wonderful Life screens at 5 p.m. and at 8 p.m., it's Edward Scissorhands featuring Johnny Depp. The Backspace Theater will feature other classics such as The Sound of Music and White Christmas throughout December. And for the full December listings, visit what'shappeningdurango.com. Venture up to the Fort Lewis College campus on the morning of Saturday, the 21st of December to congratulate the fall graduating class of 2013. The commencement ceremony will begin at 10 a.m. and will be held in the Wayland Gymnasium. Susan Krause, an associate professor of psychology, will be the commencement speaker. Krause is the recipient of the 2013 Alice Admire Outstanding Teaching Award at Fort Lewis. For more information, contact the registrar's office at 970-247-7350 or visit the college website, fortlewis.edu. Saturday, December 21st is the second annual 2nd Avenue Winter Solstice Festival. The festival celebrates the shortest day of the year and the official start of winter. Celebrations will be held all along the street with many of the 2nd Avenue merchants and friends offering delectable treats for festival goers. Enjoy a Scandinavian winter solstice with the Durango Arts Center for hot chocolate and Solstice Artisans Market with musical guests. Visit Steamworks Restaurant for hot apple cider and a yarn draw for a discount on future purchases. Eno's and Cypress Cafe are offering 2-for-1s on champagne and a special solstice cocktail to be enjoyed with musical guests. Guests can visit Mutu's for their Winter in a Glass Solstice cocktail, and if that's not enough, then the Rochester Hotel and Bar will also have their very own solstice cocktail accompanied with musical entertainment. To round off the evening, Artisano's Design Collection will offer live music along with appetizers and hot apple cider. The festival opens at 4 p.m. and ends at 8 p.m. For more information, contact Elsa at the Durango Arts Center at elsa@durangoarts.org. Join David Mensch at 9 p.m. at the Irish Embassy as he performs live music to round off a busy Saturday of events in Durango. Dave is a solo acoustic guitarist and singer-songwriter. He will play music from his 2 albums, Yesterday's Tomorrow and Down on the Beaten Road. Both have been hits in the Four Corners area. The show is free and open to all ages. For more information, visit davemenschmusic.com. Visit the Irish Embassy Pub on Sunday, December 22nd at lunchtime for the weekly traditional Irish music jam session. Performers will play traditional songs and tunes with a variety of instruments such as the fiddle, flute, mandolin, guitar, and tin whistle. Guests are encouraged to bring their own instruments or voices to join in with the fun. And even those who just want to listen are more than welcome. The 3.5-hour jam session begins at 12:30 p.m. For more information, visit fourcornersceltic.com. That's it for this week's community updates. The community calendar is brought to you by what'shappeningdurango.com. Post your free event today and join the one-stop, easy-to-use events calendar for Durango. We'll be on Christmas break for the next few weeks. Look for new weekly updates every Monday. Our next full edition of Inside Durango News will begin airing on Thursday, January 9th. Stay tuned for Inside Durango Sports with Jordan Alexander immediately following the news. But first, we leave you with one more song by the Saint Columba Harmony Handbell Ensemble. I'm Ashley Dixon with Inside Durango News, and remember, just watch us. You'll like what you see.
Tune in weekly to watch Inside Durango News, your source for information about what's going on in Southwest Colorado. Inside Durango News has been brought to you by Oxford Asset Management, inspiring confidence, growing dreams. Oxford Asset Management.
Inside Durango TV is locally produced by Fast Forward Media. Visit the scenic town of Silverton and take a Jeep tour through the heart of the majestic San Juan Mountains with San Juan Backcountry Tours. Visitors can get behind the wheel and explore the mountain roads on their own, or sit back on guided tours that take you through the rich history of the area, including the ghost town, Animas Forks. You can rent a Jeep, ATV, dirt bike, or we can take you on a guided tour in one of our open-top Suburbans. Enjoy the spectacular scenery from 9,000 feet all the way to 13,000 feet in elevation. The San Juans have many scenic routes and four-wheel drive passes to explore, and our experienced staff can provide maps and suggest the best routes to get you where you want to go. We guarantee you a fun and memorable experience. Come explore the historic sights and beautiful scenery of the San Juan Mountains at San Juan Backcountry Tours.
It's time for rejuvenation with luxurious healing waters, breathtaking views, and lavish spa treatments at the Springs Resort and Spa in Pagosa Springs. Stay at the new EcoLux Hotel and enjoy 24-hour access to our 23 unique pools by the river. Indoors, relax in the hotel and enjoy therapeutic services at the spa. It's time for rejuvenation at the Springs Resort and Spa in Pagosa Springs.
At Alpine Bank, we believe people make the difference. We're connecting and partnering with those in the community and creating and nurturing strong relationships. At Alpine Bank, we're sharing life every step of the way. Together, we're moving beyond banking. Alpine Bank. Experience the difference. Conveniently located in downtown Durango and Three Springs.